I came over here many years ago. My son, being born in Cuba and being subject to the same thing that I went through, the brainwashing, the oppression, the intimidation, the lack of liberty. It was a really serious stuff. I was looking at many years in jail. So I tried to escape many times, and most of them unsuccessful. In one of those occasions, our vessel sunk in the ocean, and we were swimming for about 12 hours, and I was pregnant. I'd never been so close to die in the ocean. We were swimming, and it was a miracle that, honestly, this storm caught us in the ocean. It was a miracle that we found our way back after being swimming for so many hours. It took many years and many attempts. I knew that there would be repercussion, and so I went in hiding, and during the time in hiding, I was able to build this raft. This raft was built of 50-gallon drum. I knew that I was running out of time. And a lot of people have found out that we were building this raft, and half town was there on top of that raft. There were women and children telling me, "You have to take me out of this country. This is, you please." And I said, "There is no way." And finally, one thing that I did, and then maybe a lot of people don't like me for that reason. I said, well, I have to postpone this one. Give me some more days, and I had to add more drums to this vessel. I knew that I wouldn't put Anna, or I wouldn't put anybody in something that will jeopardize their life. As we were leaving Cuba, we were not even aware that the United States had changed the rules. They took us to Guantanamo Bay. They threw away anything that we had before. They threw away, and they sank our vessel because our vessel was so hard and so dangerous. I remember that I built that thing so well. We built that thing so well that the cannon, or that the USA Coast Guard could not sink that thing. And they were shooting for hours and hours, and that thing still was floating. So we're living in military tent, eating dry food, military food, and no sanitary condition. 22 people in the same tent, living the same 22 that we came out of that I brought in the raft. So we were cramped. There was no space to walk through that tent. You roll over somebody else living next to you. People were fighting over water, and we had to go over the tent after the rain and trying to get the water that was sleeping on top of tents. So it was, I guess, one of the hardest time in my life was surviving in precarious condition, very violent situation. It was like being in a jail with your family. We had to live in Guantanamo Bay for about a year. So my son Oscar Jr. was born in Guantanamo Bay. Army down there in Guantanamo Bay, they have a baseball team. They knew that some Cuban could play baseball. I never interested in playing any sport or anything like that. I was competitive, but I said, well, what is the advantage? Well, they're gonna give you some clothes. So, well, if they give me a pair of tennis shoes, I will play. So I had to go through a elimination and a scouting and all that until I made the team. As soon as they made the team, they gave me a pair of tennis shoes, and I guess I deserted the team because I traded my tennis shoes for a dictionary. I run around every tent collecting all the trash, and I start writing my words and in English in the dictionary. So I still have at home packs because it's a memory. I didn't want to get rid of it. The packs and packs of those military boxes with my words that I was running at that point. So after a year over here and in Guantanamo, that gave me some time to try to learn the language. But after a while, the government knowing that American government knowing that at least certain people will not return, will never return to Cuba under any condition, they start investigating the causes of each of us to coming to the United States. And at some point, they granted us a political asylum, at least to my family. And there were a lot of military, very helpful military personnel after a while, and they were providing me with newspapers and things and that, and I tried to read and find out, and then found out that Atlanta was one of the places with the highest economic growth at the point that I would be able to come over here and find a job. I was not ready for it, but I took my chances. I took my chances.